Now, every night at 6 p.m., we are taking you deeper into the impact of the coronavirus. Friday, the University of Alabama in Huntsville announced that despite the Rocket City status as the hockey capital of the South, the school would be cutting its team because of budget issues from the pandemic. But it only took days for the program's alumni to organize a fundraising effort to try to save the team. In less than 24 hours, it's raised almost $100,000. Tonight we are joined by Sheldon Wolitski. He's a former UAH player who now is playing a key role in the effort to keep the program alive. Sheldon, we appreciate you joining us this evening. Are you with us? There he is.
Yeah, hi Dan. How you doing tonight?
I'm well, thank you. So what did hockey bring to this community besides just being a sport?
I mean, it's the 41 years of history, Dan, and if you look at the number of alumni that have gone out, typically they stay in Huntsville and give back to the community. I know for myself, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the opportunity that UAH and UAH hockey and athletics gave me, and even so much so that as I started a company 20 years ago. I could have opened up in any major market in the U.S. and I recently opened up an office in Huntsville to get back and bring jobs to the community. And it just so happens that I've got UH hockey alumni running the branch, and I've got UH student athletes working for me. So the impact is it runs really deep. It was unfortunate news. We're being optimistic that we can raise the funds and keep the program going, because it would be a shame if 41 years of tradition were to end today.
Yeah, you're obviously really passionate about this, but how would UAH hockey stay financially stable if it is brought back?
Well, we've got a game plan. I mean, we've got some major donors. I think we'd have to really sit back and come up with a strategy in order to make it viable. We're in a non-traditional market, but you know what? We've been able to survive for the last 41 years, so there's nothing stopping us now. There's a number of private investors, including myself, that we believe that putting a rink on campus or near campus, I think that would be really important for the community. And, I think if we get fans in the seats, I think we can go for corporate sponsorships. So it wouldn't just be on the alumni and a lot of the fans. I think there's multiple ways that we can tackle this. And the positive news, after talking to Dr. Dawson, is if we can make this happen, it's a daunting task. We got to raise a lot of money in the next 5 days. But if we can do it, they're willing to put an executive committee together with business unit leaders, alumni, hockey people, to really help support the university to turn it into a world-class organization. And at the end of the day, that's really what we're shooting for.
Yeah, this program has produced some outstanding players. A couple have gone on to play in the NHL. UAH's hockey conference was crumbling, so where would the Chargers land?
We have. I mean, if you look at, we've got a number of NHL hockey players. I mean, the former coach Doug Ross, Jared Ross, Huntsville born, played in the NHL. We've got some hurdles, there's no doubt. But if you look at the alumni, I mean, we're a resilient group of people. And if you could just see from the outpour, once the announcement was made on Friday, we've got over $100,000 already in a GoFundMe page. Myself and my defense partner Tassos Alfakidas have already committed to $300,000. We're talking to some big donors right now, and I believe that if we can just get through this next year, then we can come up with a game plan so that we continue to have put a great product on the ice and for the Huntsville community. Because let's face it, Huntsville's one of the fastest growing cities in the Southeast, and most cities that are growing as fast as Huntsville, they're adding entertainment and sports. They're not taking them away.
Sure.
And so for me, it's like it's a growing city. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of history. We understand we've got to put a good product on the ice, and we have to win. And I think that's the game plan if we can just get through this little speed bump we're dealing with right now.
Just 8 years ago, UAH was the host institution for the Frozen Four in Tampa. You talk about non-traditional markets. I'm a Florida native. I never thought hockey would fly in Florida. But hey, look what happened. It's popular. It's hugely popular. So there were talks of a new hockey facility here. How did the program go from being that to being cut within a year?
Well, that's the surprising part. So Bob, who was the president, he had a big vision, and I was just there last year before, he resigned. And we talked about the facility and what it was going to bring back to not only UAH, but the community. And you need leadership that believe in the program and have a vision for not only just what it's going to bring to UAH, but for the whole community. And unfortunately, we don't have that right now. We're working on that to get Dr. Dawson and some people on board. But they're new, and my job is, and alumni's job is to really talk about the impact, the wide impact across all of U.S. and Canada that UAH hockey is having for the community. This is just a short-term decision. I believe that, but we really need to look at the big picture and what UAH hockey has done over the last couple decades.
So you're confident. You're nearing the $100,000 mark in donations. This is a fifth of your goal of $500K. And you want to meet that by Friday.
We want to meet it by Friday, but I'll tell you what. Here's my philosophy. We've had multiple conversations. We just talked to Dr. Dawson yesterday, and we came up with a number. And I believe that if we continue to see these, $100,000, over $100,000 in 24 hours is pretty impressive. And I believe if we're on this trajectory and we can get close, because, there's a few of us that are willing to reach into our checkbook and write a check. And as long as we can show them that we're on the pathway, I'm hoping that they can either extend it, or if we're willing to commit to the 750, that'll give us some time to go after some corporate donors, some big donors, hopefully, sell some season tickets and have some additional revenue coming in. But I'm telling you guys, I'm a business guy. I'm also a hockey guy, and I also spend a lot of time in Huntsville. And I can promise you, with the growth and the passion and the people, we can make this happen. Mm-hmm. We really can. I wouldn't be putting my money into it unless I feel like it was a viable option. There's so many people, and you can see from the outcry right now. It's like, I'm getting calls from people I haven't heard from in a decade, that are asking me how we can help.
Real quickly, go over how people can get on board with this.
Well, there's a GoFundMe page. If you get on, there's a GoFundMe page. If you just type in UAH hockey, and you'll see there's, I think it's well over 125 now. But if there's any major donors out there, they can just reach me directly, Sheldon at selectgroup.com. You guys can provide my cell number, because I'm the one talking to the donors. Because what I'm most excited about is we need to do things differently. And Dawson agreed that if we were to raise the money, that we would put a team of just incredible human beings that are hockey minded, business community minded, and the committee will be advising the athletic department on how to build a world-class organization. And we're all willing to help. We have the time, we have the money, we have the resources. So why wouldn't they take us up on that? Because I believe that we can put a stake in the ground, and hockey can be in Huntsville for the next 50 years. And there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle, but there's no doubt we can get there. I want every kid that wants to come out, and I say kid respectfully, any student, to come out to Huntsville, have the same opportunity that I had, because I wouldn't be where I am today. I'm running a $200 million business. We're impacting, tens and thousands of lives. So
you're a fantastic ambassador for this effort, Sheldon. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate this, and good luck with the fundraiser.
Yeah, thanks for the support, you guys. We really appreciate it.
You betcha. Have a good night.